everyone. How are you? Welcome to the beautiful studios here at City Dance Corps. I wanted to say hello and welcome to my fish flop tutorial video. Got a request for this one. Oh, by the way, if you're not interested in hearing this intro, please go ahead and scroll to this time below. So, someone asked how to do a fish flop, so I'm here to give you my tips, show you my warm-up exercises, my sort of building blocks that I think that you need to do a fish flop. So when you're practicing floor work, the clothing and the surface that you're dancing on play a big role in your success in achieving the tricks and skills you want to learn. How much you're sliding, how much friction on your skin, things like this. I know it might seem obvious, but it took me a while to sort of understand. Clothing matters. Hence why I chose to wear a long sleeve turtleneck and t-shirt, a little extra padding to give my skin a little bit of extra protection. I knew I was going to be doing a lot of fish flops, so I knew I was going to be doing a lot of, there was going to be a lot of friction on my shoulder and neck skin. I also, you'll see mid-video, I take out my earrings because there's pressure on the ear in the fish flop. Something else I've noticed, because the question that I got was how to slow it down. So the biggest thing that I see students forget to do in class when I'm teaching flip-flops, is they don't want to bend their knees on the way down. It's essentially a feeling of, on the way down, kicking your butt, so much so that you're like bending your knees as much as possible. Physics, really, bend the knees and the amount of force coming down on the second half of your fish flop. Wow, I can't do it. The second half of your fish flop will be less. Essentially, you need to, in order to smoothly move along the floor, we need to be round. So that's another reason why you have to bend your knees and work on the back flexibility and mobility. You'll see I do a lot of back warm-up exercises. The body needs to be round in order to roll down through the fish flop, right? If your body's stiff and flat, you're gonna come down hard and it's gonna hurt. You're gonna slam your knees on the floor. There's also, when it comes to upside down floor work tricks, a fear factor. Shout out to Joe Rogan. There's a fear factor, there really is. There's that moment where we tip over the edge and our body freaks out a little bit and sometimes stiffens up and says, nope, not gonna do it. And a lot of these warm-up exercises that I'm sharing with you are going to just help sort of break down the movement. If you have any other ones that come to mind, or other tutorials or great tutorials you want to share in the comments, please do so. Oh yes, another big factor in slowing down the fish flop, making sure you come down with control, is using your hands and arms on the floor. So you'll notice as I do shoulder rolls as well as the actual fish flop itself, how my hands are scanning around my head and neck. I'll point that out to you. But yeah, basically as soon as I come onto my shoulder, I bring one hand around to the side of my head and I'm actually pushing the floor away quite strongly, and that is helping to control the speed at which my legs come down. Practicing the candle stand, aka shoulder stand, is really important. The biggest difference between a fish flop and a typical over-the-shoulder roll is that in a fish flop, you want to send your feet straight to the ceiling for as long as possible. And in a shoulder roll, you want to send your feet behind you so that they find the floor as soon as possible. But in a fish flop, your feet find the floor last, right? The first thing to find the floor on your way down is your chest, right? We go over the side of the head, the ear, the neck. The chest finds the floor, then the belly, then the hips, thighs, knees, feet. So it's really important that you think when you're doing your candle stand and when you're in the middle of your fish flop that you're projecting the energy of the feet up to the ceiling for as long as possible. Sometimes, and a good way to practice this with a partner, is if you go into your shoulder stand, have your partner hold your feet at the top and continue to hold your feet as you slowly trace your way down through your chest roll on the other side. This is how I help my students with it. I hold their feet and sort of lift them up away from the floor and allow the student or subject to roll down slowly. So I hope these tips helped. And please let me know what other of my floorwork moves that I've shared, or any other floorwork moves in general that you have come across that you might like a tutorial on. I'll see if I can help you out with those things. And hope you're all having a lovely, lovely day. Come again soon, okay? Toss me a like, toss me a comment, say hello. Tell me how you're doing with your flish flop. Boop.